For being late. Tess says, what the fuck, wasting everyone's time. At least tell us what the fuck is going on. Tess, I don't know who the fuck you are, and nobody made you stick around waiting, so, you know, yeah, fuck you. For the rest of you, sorry. Yeah, things happen. So, I'm here now. And I give an update unless folks want me to reschedule and do it again another time. JC says it's probably hot and fell asleep. Not that either. I got caught up in some work that needed to be done. And then by the time I looked at the clock again, because I have ADHD really bad, so the passage of time is just not something that I perceive. I looked back at the clock again and I was like, holy shit, it's almost 1. So I rescheduled for 1, and then I lost track of time again, working on some other stuff, and now I'm 10 minutes late for my second rescheduling. So, yeah. Let's see. Alright, what's up, Redfoot? How you doing? Alright, well, we're here. Now we got a stream going on. This is kind of just like a low-key stream too. Like, I really don't have a plan for this one. So it's not the biggest deal to me. Like, if honestly, like, I considered canceling it when I realized that I was late for my scheduled stream. But I thought, you know what, some people might rather just like hang out than just have it canceled. So, this was kind of just going to be a hangout stream anyway. Because I've been busting ass for, I don't even remember like the last day that I just chilled out. Yeah. I got stoned last stream. That was pretty fun, but because I haven't been smoking too much, I got like maybe a little bit too stoned and just like kind of just wanted to eat snacks and fuck off. Yeah, today, honestly, I really just needed today to be a day off, and it's not. That's just not how it panned out. So, But shit, I really do just want to get stoned and play Zelda and just not do anything important at all. And like, I woke up at the butt crack of dawn this morning and started doing important shit. And I'm like, I didn't even get caffeine in me yet. And I'm just like, what the hell am I doing? I'm like doing my chores and also doing some remote support on my phone, and like trying to help out other people with their situations and a bunch of other stuff. Yeah, and of course there's always chores to do at the library in the morning, and a lot of work. But anyway, how's everybody doing today? And I'm gonna put that fucking annoying ass user in chat in a 24-hour timeout because I don't give a fuck what they have to say. That was such a rude comment. Like, I get being frustrated when your favorite live streamer doesn't come in when their live stream is scheduled. But like, if you like somebody and you like their content, why would you speak rudely to them? It's yeah. And FYI, anybody that makes any sort of disparaging comments toward my dog whatsoever, I'm just instantly gonna ban you. I don't even give a shit if you're saying it like out of concern or something, because like, A, there's no reason to be concerned about my dog. She's fucking perfect and she's very happy. And B, don't fucking talk shit on my dog ever for any fucking reason. I will ban you immediately. So, I genuinely don't even care if like you mean it well. And that's not to say like folks that are on my channel that have been around for a while. If you're like if you have like a legit, I don't know, yeah, you can talk about my dog. Just like don't come in here and be like your dog needs flea medication. Go fuck yourself. Insta ban. Insta fucking ban. Get out of here. Get out of here. Sipping some tea to decompress from a busy shift. That is a great way to decompress, Freddie. I honestly wouldn't mind a tea myself. It's a little hot for tea, even in here. But, let's see. So I got these cool fucking light bulbs here online. I got 2 of them. Trying them out. I kind of like that red over in the corner, and then I got like my spotlights over here. I think that looks kind of cool, but maybe it doesn't look good to you guys. I don't know. Yeah, I want to get a beverage. I'm also in my underwear too, so maybe I should put on some pants or something. I think I'll do that. And I took a shower earlier too, which was really great. I super needed that. I was very grimy. It's like, you step out into this heat and you're just immediately dripping sweat, covered in grime. Your body does some crazy shit when it's hot. I've got like kind of a, like my skin is definitely sensitive as fuck to just like anything, and it can be random too. Like when I was a kid, I had such bad skin issues because my mom switched laundry detergent randomly, and it took forever to figure out that's what it was. But it was that, and it wasn't even like a crazy or like shitty laundry detergent. It was just like, I think it was just like Tide or something. But I've been getting, like, you can't really see it because I got tattoos and I'm on camera, but like my shoulders have been getting these weird like bumps all over, and they sting and they itch, and it started spreading here, and like this felt like a zit, but then it just like, the more I treated it like a zit, it kept getting more and more inflamed, to the point where I was like, holy shit, I have a skin disease or something. But then Satan has been itchy too, as she's itching. So I got her this like antifungal spray, and that's been working really good. The little redness on her belly and stuff is going away. She's still a little bit itchy, but it's working. And so I actually tried that shit on me, because I was like, what if I got some kind of weird yeast or fungus in my skin that's making this shit happen? And it's working for me too. I don't know what it is. Like maybe there's like a weird desert thing or something. It's not a sun rash. We're not in the sun very often. I avoid the sun during this time of year. But it's been really humid lately, so there could be some, like fungal shit that's going around that would not usually be able to survive out here. I don't know. But it's kind of freaking me out for a while, because like this shit, I was treating it like a zit, and it was getting worse, and I was like, oh man, like I'm screwed now. I'm gonna have to go to a doctor or something. But I literally, yeah. And this was looking a lot like that too. Like you can barely see it now, but it was like, I thought there was something like really wrong happening, but it's not. I think it's just some weird fungus or something that's like doing well in this humidity. Today it is 27% humidity. Last couple of days it's been like up to 32% humidity, which is nuts out here. That is crazy out here. And like at the beginning of the summer, it was like 10% humidity tops, and that's what it's been most of the summer here. But for the last few weeks, it's been like over 25, 30% humidity. So it's different. Let's see. Got some folks from Tampa. Bungle says if you're in California, there is lots of fungus in the air. Let's see. Yeah, it's crazy out in the desert with the humidity. It's not like completely unimaginable. There are certain times of year where it does get humid in slabs and in the desert, especially like at the end of the summer, right before it starts to be the rainy season, and there will be like a couple weeks where it rains a lot. But yeah, it's not humid very often out here. Yeah. Yeah. So anyway, this is kind of a more like hangout stream. These like update episodes are, I mean, obviously there's like updates on the library and how things are going, but like right now there's really not a whole lot to speak of. Like this is what I'm doing. I'm sitting in here in my trailer, keeping Satan cool. So if folks want to get down with the kickdown, that's pretty much what I'm using it on. It's expensive to run the generator almost the whole day. Like I run it from the time it gets a little above 100 degrees until it finally dips down back under 100 degrees. So that's like this morning it was over 100 degrees by like 10 a.m. unfortunately, and it doesn't dip back below 100 degrees until like 10 p.m. or so sometimes. Sometimes it takes until fucking midnight to get below 100 degrees. And there were a few days where it didn't at all. So that's nuts. Do you have your battery bank on the Amazon list? No, that's like that would be like a $4,000 thing that I need, and right now I do have a battery bank that's secondhand that will work, but that will work okay for a while, but I'm not trying to fucking buy like a Jackery. I'm not trying to buy like a fucking portable like battery bank that you can throw in your car. I'm looking for like a serious like household set of batteries. But I wasn't able to fundraise enough to get that before the summer hit. So, I got what I could, and now I'm just kind of riding out the rest of the summer. You got generator backup. Yeah, I'm running a generator right now, but it costs like around $20 to run every day. So, you do the math. It's still cheaper than rent in LA, but not, I mean, it's expensive. Yeah. And Aaron is posting the money links too. So if you want to get down with the kickdown, you can. I appreciate it. Traveling Otto says, I was in Minneapolis a couple of weeks ago and remembered that you used to live here. It isn't nearly as crappy as anyone says. That's kind of a backhanded comment. Like, hey, I went to your home state. It's not as shitty as everyone says it is. Like, what the fuck does that mean? Jeez, unnecessary. Doctor Who says it looks bearable, at least best you can do. It's 86 degrees in here right now. I run the AC on eco mode and like low. If I had it on full blast, I could definitely have it like 75 degrees in here. And sometimes at night, like I'll let it rock. But usually in the evening, I'll kind of let it warm up a bit. Like I'll run the AC until the outside temperature is around 100 degrees. And then I'll shut it off and then let the inside kind of get to the temperature of the outside. So by the time that temperature inside and outside like level out, and I can open up the windows and get the fans pulling the night air in, you know, it's I'm about ready for bed. So it's kind of a routine that I have now. Run a hose to 5-gallon gas can, last longer, I think. No, that's not the problem. The problem is that gas is expensive. Like, I can refill the gas jug, but I don't want to. I only want to use 1 tank of gas per day. It holds about, like, I feel like it's 4 gallons. At first I was pretty sure it was like a 2 or 3 gallon tank, but I think maybe it's like a weird size, like a 3 gallon or like a 2.5 or 3.5 or whatever. I don't know. Jens is talking out of their ass saying, why did you get a 63 watt gas guzzling generator and now say it costs too much to run? Why didn't you get a 2000 watt Jenny? Well, Jens, who talks out of their ass, I got donated a 6700 watt generator and it broke down within the first week of using it. It's still in the repair shop, even though they told me it'd only be there for a week. It's been in there for a month. So on Monday I'm going to call them and I'm going to tell them that whether it's done or not, I'm going to come get it. So, you know, I did not select that generator. I did not pay for it. It was a gift from a supporter and I'm very grateful for it. So eat my dick. Fucking idiot. Great question. Yeah, eat my dick, Traveling Auto. Go fuck yourself too. Gas is only $3.85 a gallon here in Florida. I paid $5.59 for a gallon of gas per gallon of gas the other day. So it is shitty. I can't afford it. That's honestly like the biggest reason why I started streaming again. Because if I don't, then I'm gonna completely eat up my entire savings really quickly. You know. Yeah. So, yeah. If, like, I've gotten a couple of other dumb shits asking me the same question in my comments saying, like, why are you trying to raise money for a solar power system when you have a big generator? And I'm like, bitch, you don't know how fucking things work, dude. You stupid fucking idiot. You goddamn fucking moron. You knuckle-dragging troglodyte. Embarrassing. Quite embarrassing for you. Because sunlight, I don't know if you know this, but sunlight is free. Amazing. If the people found out, they would be so mad that they've been paying for power this whole time. Yeah, solar is free. So once you, like, it's expensive to buy the battery bank and the solar panels and the components and put it together. But once you do that, then you never have to pay for shit again. You just sit back and collect sunlight and it will power your shit. And there's a lot of sun. It touches the whole planet at certain times of the 24-hour period. So, like, you know, you're only limited to how much solar you can capture at a time because there's more of it out in our world than we can possibly utilize. And gas is a finite material on this planet, and we're currently fighting global wars over it, and the price is going up exponentially. So, yeah, that's why I don't want to keep running a fucking generator for power and raise money to get solar. You stupid idiot. You stupid fucking moron. I'm sorry. I'm quitting smoking again, low-key. I didn't get, like, smoking like I used to. I quit smoking for top surgery at the beginning of this year. It was a great idea. I loved it. It was awesome. And then I started smoking spliffs again. And, you know, I I knew I was playing with fire, like literally and figuratively, but I love a good smoke, okay? Can you blame me? It's delicious. I love a good smoke, and I hate being addicted to things. So I'm actually doing kind of like for me, I'm doing like a detox off of like all the things, because I've been smoking nicotine, not a lot, but you know, enough that I'm a little crabby right now after not smoking for a few days. And after that, I'm doing it one at a time, because you don't want to quit all the things at once. You're going to put yourself through undue stress. I've also been using caffeine a little bit more than I want to be. Again, it's not crazy, you know. It like some people are like caffeine addicts, like, and it's bad. And they're gonna get dementia and shit, and like have horrible like health problems. That's not me. I just, you know, I'm just like I'll do like 200 milligrams of caffeine in the morning, which is not like a small amount, but it's not like a huge amount, you know. And then I'll do like an energy drink like midday at some point. Sometimes I'll do like an extra like espresso or something in the early evening. I don't know, or whatever. It's really not a big deal. But I am gonna be like quitting caffeine also. What else? THC. I'm not trying to quit THC, but I wanted, you know, not do a whole lot of THC. And sugar is the big one for me. I've been doing a lot, way too much sugar. I've been eating way too much sugar, and it's fucking traveling auto is banned from my chat because I'm sick of seeing your fucking dumb shit comments. There we go. See, I'm not gonna use my brain or like put unnecessary amounts of like mental effort into people that come into my chat to engage with me in bad faith. I'm not here for that. It's not fair for people who are here to like actually hang out and enjoy hanging out and want to get updates on shit. So if you come into my chat and you're trying to like rope me into some bullshit where I'm giving you an unfair amount of attention over other people in my chat, and it's in bad faith, I'm just gonna ban you. I truly don't give a fuck about how that makes you feel, because you don't give a fuck about how you make me feel when you come into my chat like that, and you're also being disrespectful to 37 other people in my chat. So go fuck yourself, Traveling Auto. I hope you have a stupid fucking day, and that you read a book and have a less stupid fucking day, so that you can improve your life. You know. Christine says, I get so angry when I don't have cigarettes. I hate it. You know, I do love a good smoke. I truly do. But like I said, I don't like being addicted to stuff, especially nicotine. And if I can, you know, if I can have a jar of decent tobacco that I keep up on a shelf for special occasions, which is what I was doing, but I just started buying tobacco more often than I should have been. So I'm just nipping that shit in the bud, and I'm quitting again. I do have a headache, and I'm very short-tempered, so that's indicating to me, obviously, that I was smoking too many cigarettes. So, you know, but if I can get to a point where I can just have a nice jar on a shelf for special occasions when I want to, you know, treat myself to a little celebratory spliff because I don't drink anymore, then that's the goal. You know what I mean? Jen says, perhaps drop your expensive weed habit and buy fuel for Jenny. Just saying, that is a dumb fucking comment. That is really fucking stupid, actually. And you have 20 seconds to convince me not to ban you. All right, Jens, let's go. 20 seconds. Ready? Let's count. My timer here says, well, I started the count at 23:50. So at 24 minutes and 10 seconds, I'm going to ban your ass unless you give me a compelling reason why not to. Because I'm sick of your bullshit, actually. Up, 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 up. I'll give you a few seconds grace. All right, nothing. There we go. I'm entertainment. You are, that is not a compelling reason. All right, get the fuck out of here. I'm entertainment. No, I am entertainment. That you're freeloading. So, you know, fuck you. Freeloader, get out of my chat. I can't stand people that come into my chat and feel like entitled to my time. I am blessing all of you with my time. You're welcome. So if you want to get down with the kickdown, please feel free. I feel like a lot of you actually prefer when I'm like short-tempered. I don't know. I I feel, I don't know. If if you like what I do, get down with the kick down. Send me $5. Fuck you, pay me. If you think Jen is entertaining, don't tip me. Do tip me if yeah, if you want. Christine says having an opinion is fine, but you're just being an asshole. To Jen, hell yeah. Gilm says it is kind of fun. You know, sometimes it's cathartic to watch somebody cuss somebody else out for being an idiot, especially when it's like warranted. So I get it. I do get it. That being said, I am going to self-medicate with some kratom. I've been thinking about doing like just like an educational video about kratom, because a lot of people ask me about it that are like in recovery or whatever, and it concerns me. I do touch on it sometimes, but I use it for pain and anxiety, like, you know, my mood and shit. But I also know my shit. I really do. I did a lot of work to learn about it and how to use it in a way that is not detrimental to my health. I also have a lot of experience with a lot of substances. But yeah, Freddie says Jen can eat a fart. Ah, you guys are cracking me the fuck up. You know what? I like it when you guys are ornery too. I think it's just delightful. Y'all give me your best insults right now. And I know, like, right now you get a pass. Like, obviously don't say slurs or anything. But give me your best insults so I can use them later on different people. Christine says I use it for my menopause, helps my hot flashes so much. Interesting. I've heard a lot of people talk about a lot of ways that they use kratom. Now, if you're in chat and you're like, wow, I've heard of kratom and I think it might fix all my problems, it's not going to fix all your fucking problems. It's also not good for your liver. You know, there's a give and take. But for me personally, I went to my primary care provider to try and get pain meds for my leg because my prosthetic has been needing to be replaced for years now. And it's insane that it's at this point still, and I still don't have a new leg. But, you know, I went into the docs and I'm like, look, I'm in a lot of fucking pain all the time for preventable reasons because I'm not getting fucking treatment for this. You know, I should have had a new leg forever ago, but I don't. So I'm in pain. And they're like, oh, we can't really do anything for that. And I'm like, what the fuck? And they tried to prescribe me like anti-inflammatory shit. That is not what I need. They tried to prescribe me like anti-anxiety shit, which is also not what I need, etc., etc. And you know, like anything that they would prescribe. Hold on, I'm gonna shoot this. Gross. I have a very particular way of ingesting kratom as well that I think that I would care to wager is the way. It is the most effective way. But anyway, maybe I'll do raise your hand in chat if you would like me to do a kratom educational stream sometime. I'm actually curious. Because I've looked online all over. I've searched high and low for information on kratom that like I don't already know, and people that have done more personal experimentation and like, you know, somebody that knows more than I do on this. And it's like there's two camps. There's either people who are like medical practitioners and like you know, they know about like pharmaceuticals and stuff, and they know a lot about like the active side of kratom without being a user themselves. So they so they have a very limited perspective, and they will all condemn it because most of the kratom that is available to people, they're buying it at fucking like gas stations and smoke shops, and that stuff is crap. And even in the places where, you know what, I'm not going to rant about kratom forever, but I do need to do a stream about that actually, because I got a lot of information. Because like even in the countries where kratom is grown and harvested, in Southeast Asia, they don't know a whole lot about it. They grow it and they sell it across the country, but in most places in Southeast Asia, any type of drug use is really taboo, actually. And kratom is like even illegal to ingest in some places where it is grown. I prefer white Mangda. What do you prefer, Corn? I do prefer white strains and green, but I also have different brain chemistry, so it works differently for me. We got a few people who are interested in that. That's cool. Hell yeah. But yeah, I like white Borneo or whatever. Mangda just means like it's top standard. Anyway, okay, I'll do some of that. For your viewing pleasure, just donated $10 through Super Chat. Thank you very much. But they also said you need to smile some. It's 110 here in Brawley. I don't really know what to say to that. I'm gonna look at what the temperature is out here, because it's always a few degrees hotter in Slabs than it is in Brawley. Let's take a look. And I gotta do this fast or my phone is gonna overheat and my stream is gonna drop like really quick. So let's just take a look at what the temperature is out here. It is, what does that say? Oops, dang it. It's almost, it's like 118, 117. Let's go into the tree real quick. Super quick before my phone overheats. Let's take a quick look. Oh yeah, and I gotta refresh the kitty cool key here too. Actually, I'll get that. That's a little. Oh hi baby. She's kind of semi-feral. Okay, under here it's 108. That is crazy. It's a lot cooler here than it is in the kitchen. That's pretty cool. And also in the kitchen right now, there's like a little bit of there's a little sliver of sun that may have been hitting that thermometer until like a few minutes ago. So that might be why it's reading a lot hotter. But let's check this thermometer at the bar here. Okay. Yeah, it's like 111, 112 here. But yeah, under the solid shade in the library, that makes a big difference. And you know, it's built out specifically to have a wider footprint so that the air can travel through here, and it gets much cooler by the time it reaches the living room there. But yeah, this is just like a single layer of shade here, and you see that light right behind here. That's probably what's making it jump up, even though it's in the shade now. Yeah, but that makes a big difference, you know. And I guess there's a couple layers of shade here, but yeah, it's still pretty hot on this side of the posts. Over here, it's, you know, it's a little less with the high ceiling. We got that nice breeze coming through here. And you can also feel the breeze coming up from under there. It like gets compressed underneath the trailer and kind of squeezes out here. So when I step up here, sometimes the cats like, it feels cool, almost like air conditioner under here. I've been wanting to figure out how to like harness that. Hi baby. But you know, I'm just happy to be able to be in here where it's cool, um, and be able to work on stuff. Because when you're sitting out in that type of heat, which I've done, this is my 8th summer, and this is the first summer that I've ever spent most of the time as it gets over 100, 110 degrees. Like, I started running the Jenny once it started getting over 110 degrees. But, so it's, I've been running it for the better part of, like, at least the day for the last, like, month or so. And that's expensive as fuck. But this is the first summer that I've done that. In past summers, I did have a small generator and a small AC unit that I would fire up, like, only if I got sick and really just needed to rest. And then I would just, like, run it for like 2-3 days instead of getting a hotel room. And Christine says they do smile when they want to. Yeah. Oh, said earlier. Oh yeah, we got some. Freddie said earlier, intelligence was chasing you, but you were much faster. That's a good insult. Hell yeah. All right, catching up in chat here. Having a cold front. Heat index is 103. Nice. Hell yeah. Hold on. Okay. Sandy says, I asked the other day about Alien Underhill. I've never met that person. I mean, maybe at one point. I don't know. That was a person that wasn't even here for like a full year. I don't know why so many people ask about so many people. Like, I don't know. I guess when you're watching Slab City content online, you might think that like certain people are a bigger deal around here than they are. I guess. I don't know. What's the coldest you get there in the winter? I don't know. Coldest I've seen was like 29 degrees at one point. But that was just like, it got below freezing for a few nights, like way back my first year coming out here. Alien had a wild camp, then built a geodome, grew a bunch of food, etc. I don't know about that. I don't really. I don't know if that's true, actually. He was here for less than a year, so it obviously wasn't a successful camp. I don't know. As a slabber, I really don't care about what people's like camps and like I don't care about what people have done here until they've been here for like 2 years. Then I give a shit about what they, like, then I'm interested in what their build was like because it's been able to sustain them through 2 summers. That's the unwritten slab rule. Like, you're not a slabber until you've been here for 2 consecutive summers over 2 years. Otherwise, like, you're just on a trial run. And we get so many people that come out here with big ideas that don't make it through their first summer. It was like 7 to 8 years ago. I know. I don't think he had, like, I don't know. I'm not trying to talk shit on him. It's just like I don't I don't think that he was as big of a deal as you maybe think he was here. He even had a tilapia tank. Yeah, I mean, it's not hard to like buy a bunch of stuff and put it in a place. It's not hard. Like, if you have the money to do something, like, you can get all these things. But, like, if you don't have the skill and the knowledge and the gumption, then you're just, you're setting yourself up to lose everything because you're not prepared. It's like, that's like what Chris McCandless did, walking out into the fucking, the outback of Alaska. He had all these lofty dreams and goals and ideas. And in the end, he didn't even know how to build a smoker. So he didn't know what to do with the moose when he killed it. He just let it rot. Yeah, and I really don't take people seriously if they've never done a summer out here. Just like, in general, like, I don't care what big ideas you got for your camp or like what you've built. If you don't last through the summer, then it's not, I'm just, like, what am I supposed to take from that? Like, it's not a success story. What a character. Yeah, well, the thing about the internet is that characters are what people that are watching YouTube videos are looking for. They're not looking for, like, they're looking for entertainment. Me, as an off-grid homesteader, like, I could give two shits about the entertainment value of something. I want raw information. From people here and people online. I just want to know what works and what does not work. I don't give a fuck if you're a character or if you're unpleasant as hell. If you got real information that I can use, fuck yeah, we'll make it work. Guys, Kaz has a YouTube channel of his own. If you're wondering what Kaz is up to, go check his channel. I don't know why people are coming to me for updates about Kaz when he has a channel. That, like, what? Like, I don't know. I'm not like keeping tabs on everybody. Like, and I'm not here to like tell you all about what everybody's up to. This isn't like, I'm not gonna talk about my neighbors like it's the news. Like, the fuck? Kick down when I can. Thank you, Gilm. I really appreciate that. His channel is down. Kaz's channel? What? That's interesting. Did he say anything before he deleted it, or what? Or like, yeah, what happened? Did he get... Oh yeah, I'm gonna see if I can check... I'm gonna see if I can check if anybody got done with the kickdown. I see something from Angela on PayPal. Thank you so much. Thank you. Unfortunately, the last few streams I was trying to pull up my apps so I could check on them, and this tablet was just running so goddamn slow that and glitching out, and then like the apps were crashing out that I couldn't even like check. I should have started this up before my stream, but I'm gonna fire it up now. Alright. Yeah, well, if Kaz isn't updating stuff on his channel, then, Obviously, he doesn't want people to know what he's up to anymore. Unless he does, I don't know. I haven't heard anything, but yeah, I'm not gonna just like, I don't know, y'all. Like, people online watching content creators need to like understand and respect that people that go online and like talk about their lives to an audience, they're not fucking like, they're not Sesame Street characters, okay? Like, I'm not a puppet whose sole like purpose in life is to entertain you and teach you. You know, I'm not fucking Elmo or Oscar the Grouch or whatever the fuck. And neither is Cause, like, or anybody that you watch online. Like, we're all people with lives, like actual lives and like feelings and stuff. And sometimes people spend a lot of time entertaining people on YouTube and then decide that they're done with it, and that should be respected. So if people aren't going online and posting content to update the public about what they're doing anymore, then maybe it's not the public's right to know what they're up to. Okay? So I'm not going to sit here and talk about my neighbors and my friends and people in my community like they're fucking TV show characters for a bunch of strangers that I don't know on the internet. Let's see here. I just got to keep it real with you guys. Like, you know, it's not my place to put other people on blast without knowing how they want to be represented or what, you know, like, I have respect for consent, and as an anarchist, I really have a lot of respect for people's privacy. I'm gonna look on Venmo and see if anybody kicked down, and then I'm gonna look on Cash App. It is taking forever to fucking load again, so I don't even know if I'll be able to like check in a timely manner. Still loading. Very fucking annoying. This is why, yeah. Freddie says, it was like when popular Japanese language influencer Miss Hannah Minks stopped posting after gaining millions of views in the early YouTube days. Just quietly went into the sunset. Hell yeah. You know, that's... God bless her for it. You know, people don't owe you... Like, people don't owe you updates. I could disappear from YouTube tomorrow and never fucking say another word to you guys again. And that would be my right. I wouldn't do that. That wouldn't be very nice. A lot of people have supported me a lot over the years, and, you know, I've found a lot of friends through my YouTube channel. I have thought about it. There have definitely been moments where I've been like, you know what? I want to disappear from the fucking internet and throw my goddamn phone in a lake. Maybe not a lake, because that, you know, that's littering. I don't want to, whatever. But just like, you know, smash it under a rock. I don't know, and just like never tell anybody what I did at all, and, you know, like, bye. It's a thought I've had. I'm not gonna do that, but it is a thought. And, you know, I've gone on breaks. I was honestly not sure if I was gonna be able to do any more live streams over the summer. I quit streaming for like a couple months because it was too hot and too complicated, and not enough people were donating. Also, you know, it's like, I get it. Like, I'm not mad at people for not getting down with the kickdown, but it just was not, it was not a reciprocal thing. Like, I was putting a lot of work, a disproportionate amount of work. Holy shit. I still... Oh, and then here's, look at this. What the fuck? I updated everything on this. It's fucking annoying. So this is why I'm not shouting people out when you're donating during my stream, but I will send you a message afterward, you know, or give you a heart react. It does help. Oh, I do hear something from Cash App though, but it's so glitchy. It might be like an update from like days ago. The fuck, dude? Dude, I updated everything on here. This is so fucking frustrating, man. I just want to say thank you to people who donated. So if you donated or you want to donate, there's links in the description, or possibly one of my mods will post them or did post them pretty recently. Holy shit, man. It's fucking with me. Let's see. Gilm Tanger says the channel owner I modded for 5 years just passed, and that community won't shut up about her and let her rest in peace. Oh man. Yeah, it's like, you know, fucking vultures, man. I'm sure you were a good mod. Yeah, that's the, what is it called? Parasocial relationship, where like a person is like a fictional character to people. You know, they're like a storybook character, like a figure, you know, that has been like dismembered from their actual like living, breathing entity, you know, and they become more of like an idea in people's minds, you know. It's yeah. And I'm not trying to like cultivate parasocial relationships. That's why I talk the way that I do. Like, I'm not here to fucking spare your feelings, and I'm not here to make you feel all good and happy and like fuzzy and be like, I love each and every one of you. Like, I do care about you, and I love you as like human beings. You know, like I love every human being, which is a complicated relationship. But like, you know, I'm not gonna be like, you're my family. Like, that's a fucking lie. Like, people that say shit like that are like, you know, like there are genuine people that really do see their followers that way and really want to like show out for people in like a really big way that feels very personal. I'm not saying that there aren't people that do that, but like most people that say that type of shit are really just trying to like, you know, they're trying to get you an emotional chokehold so that they can exploit you for whatever. Like, and I would love if y'all would give me fucking money or like fucking items that I ask for and use. Like, I think that's great, and I do want people to support my work and what I do. That's why I do the outreach that I do and the updates and live stream. But I'm not gonna like I'm not gonna do like emotional manipulation on a bunch of people that I don't know to make you feel like you need to give me shit. I will tell you straight up, like, I love it when you give me money. I think that's fantastic. In fact, you can probably buy my love for whatever price. Like, I don't know, it's a case by case basis for sure. But you know, like, and you know, I will be straight up about what I want, what I'm doing, and what I will do with money. You know, but that's not like a defining factor for whether I do care about you or not. There's a lot of people in that join the chats often or have been following my channel that are totally broke and probably will never be able to send a couple bucks my way without really putting themselves out. And you know, I don't see them as any less than other people who have been strong supporters that do have a lot of money and resources and do kick down generously every now and then or pretty often. It really just depends on, you know, the person and their means. And you know, it's like that Bible story where there's like this rich man in the church who goes and, during the tithing, I grew up religious, so sometimes I reference Bible stories because, they're good. You can reference Bible stories without, having a religious agenda. But anyway, so there's a story in the Bible. I can't remember what book it is. And there's this rich guy in the church who, when the tithing happens, he makes a big show of it, and he prays and makes a big show of it, and he puts like a lot of money in the pan or whatever they're passing around, and there's this old widow at the back who is very quiet and shy, and when it's her turn to tithe, she just like very meekly will go and put like half a shekel in there, something really like, oh shit, I got somebody at the door. But anyway, they asked Jesus, like what's the deal with, is she cool with you? Like, this guy donates a lot and this lady donates a little. And Jesus says, that woman only has 1 shekel to give, and she decided to put it into the tithe. And that guy has, millions and millions of shekels, and he's only putting like 2% of it into the pan. So it's like it's perspective, and I don't know if you guys can hear me anymore. I'm going to the door here. Hello. Welcome.
Thank you so much. We just are going to take a quick lap.
Cool. Yeah, I'm wearing my mic. I'm doing a live stream in my trailer. No, you're totally good. You enjoy.
Thank you.
Yeah. If I don't come back out to catch you on your way out, just ring the bell so I can lock up after you.
Okay, we'll ring
Thanks.
twice.
Yeah, I love that.
How about 3 times? Ding, ding, ding.
There's nobody else in here right now, so I think I'll know it's you.
Too long.
You can do like a SOS, or like, I don't know. You can do some Morse code. Hey, kitty. But if you see, it's a little dusty in here because it's hot and I haven't been keeping it as tidy as I should. But if you find a book that you would like, there are no due dates, no library cards. There's a tip jar there if you want to leave a tip. You don't have to check out a book. And it is hot, but you would be welcome to sit, Yeah, of course.
We left 2 people in the car. Can we let them in?
Of course.
Okay.
Yeah, don't leave them out in the car. It's hot.
The AC is cranked.
Okay. As long as they're not cooking. But they can come in.
It's fine.
Yeah.
Thank you.
I'm just wrapping up my stream too, so I might be back out before you go. All right. Did y'all hear everything I was saying out there? I'm always curious how far this mic can go. Let's see. All right. Let's see. JC says, I have not received a message. Hope you got the PayPal last week. Oh, shit, really? Oh, I thought I messaged back everybody. What is your... If you want to share, what is your... Oh, shit. Okay, it finally loaded on Cash App. Let's see. It looks like... Let me give you a shout out now. But thank you, JC Moses. I believe that you did that. Some people, some people that I don't know, they could say that, and I don't necessarily know if it's true, but I do appreciate it. I'm sure I did get it, and I just maybe forgot to send you a thank you note. And I'm sorry about that. I've been fucking stupid busy. You'd think that I wouldn't be. You'd think that all I'd have to do is sit and wait for the heat to go away in this fucking nice cozy box that I've got here. But no, being a librarian in Slab City is a full-time job, and there are a lot of random things that go with it that aren't just to do with books. Yeah, this is so frustrating, man. Like I'm literally just trying to see who kicked down, and it's just not loading. This is. It's actually kind of pissing me off. I'm not gonna lie. This is actually pissing me off. But thank you, JC Moses Law. I'll check back in. Was it on PayPal or Venmo or Cash App? Just so I know where to look. And was it the same name as your username on here? If you followed any of the links, I'm sure I got it. God, this. I just want to check and shout people out, dude. Come on. And it's not the internet connection. That's not what the problem is. Like, I genuinely don't know. Maybe using this tablet when it was heating up, like fucked up the processor a little bit and like cooked it a little bit, so it's just not functioning right. I don't really know how that would look if that happened. But okay, I am pulling up PayPal. That is loading, sort of. It's trying to. Oh, Angela kicked down twice today. Thank you so much. And in Texas, kicked down a few days ago. Thank you, thank you. I appreciate that. Y'all are sweet. And we're at about an hour here. I'm giving it one more shot so I can shout people out before I go here, and then catch those nice tourists on their way out, hopefully. Oh, sounds like somebody. Oh, hey, Charlotte. Thank you, Charlotte. What a sweetheart. Aw, I'm glad that loaded. That was in the last 30 seconds too. So thank you. Let's see. Starlink requires a whole lot more constant power while online. Yeah. Also, I have nothing to do with anything that has Elon Musk on it. 100%. I no. 100%. I don't give a fuck how good Starlink is. I don't give a fuck. I wouldn't even fucking get Starlink if it gave you a free hand job every morning. Hell no. I wouldn't do it if it took my dog out on a walk every day. I wouldn't do it if it wiped my ass for me. Absolutely the fuck not. Absolutely the fuck not. I don't give a shit. Fuck Elon Musk. If I ever catch him outside, well, putty in my hands, man. I swear to God, that guy is made out of silly putty. Not in a cool way. Really not in a cool way. So I've got a Wi-Fi router that was donated, and it's kind of a fun little anomaly. It's like an older hotspot, and it's on Verizon, and this fella had it for a while, and like it maybe shouldn't work the way that it does, but it do. So that's what I'm on right now, and I was trying to like set it up proper and use like a Wi-Fi amplifier thing, but then it got really hot. I had a billion other things that I had to do before it got too hot, so that got bumped down on the priority list. Oh, there they go. I'm gonna go say goodbye. Hey, thank you so much.
Thank you so much.
Yeah. Drink a lot of water. All right. Alrighty. Yo, I need like a soda pop or something. I don't think I have any in here. What do I got? There's got to be something, man. I got a decent amount of food. That's dope. How many of you are having fun in chat here, huh? Who wants my... What, what do y'all think about me getting stoned and hanging out for a little bit longer and answering fucking questions, hanging out? Seems like after the initial wave of like randos kind of fucked off, it's like kind of more fun hanging out in here. I don't know. What do y'all think? Would you hang out and smoke a bowl with me? Or, you know, you don't have to smoke anything. You can have a cup of tea or a glass of water, you know. I'm catching up, and there's a lot of folks chatting. It's actually a pretty good vibe right now. Sandy's talking about parasocial. Gilman's talking about the person that they modded for. We were good friends, and these people didn't know her. Yeah, that's why I'm like, you know, I'm not fucking Elmo on your favorite, like, you know, your kids show, like, actual person. Gilman says, you're real, and I appreciate that. Hell yeah, thank you. Sandy says, I'm not big on channels that just aim to entertain. It's sort of ick. Yeah, genuinely, I really don't follow any live streamers. There are a few channels that, like, if they go live, I would be interested to watch whatever they're talking about. But a lot of those lives end up being like they're trying to do fundraiser stuff, and then it's going to be like a fucking 6-hour live stream about nothing, and that's really not my style. You know, those are the kind of channels that usually are doing like educational, edited, like video essays or like deep dives or something like that I love to watch. And sometimes, you know, they do very interesting live stream stuff. But, you know, it's a very specific niche, and there's a lot of different ways to do it. And I think maybe I do live streaming wrong. Like, not like I like the way that I stream. And I would watch somebody that streamed like I do, but I think maybe I'm like doing it in a way that like people don't typically stream. I don't know, but if anybody knows any other streamers or channels that might be up my alley, you know, send me a link. I don't know. Freddie says these lives are nice because it feels more like an informal hangout. Yeah, that's kind of why I like doing these update streams, because like I really do like to like focus on a specific topic and like go on about that, because it gives me like structure, and then I can have kind of like a philosophical train of thought and like tie things together with like a common thread or something. And I do that on the fly usually. Like I don't sometimes on certain topics I will like write down like bullet points that I want to hit and basic guidelines or something. But mostly I just go in like just fucking raw dog it and see where it goes, because I like that stream of consciousness aspect to it, because it feels more like it is more like you're joining me on a thought process rather than like a presentation or something. But I do like doing the hangout streams too, and I don't want to just like only do like topics. I want to also just hang out. Let's see. Hell yeah. All right. Folks are saying you'd be down to hang out for a little longer while I smoke a bowl. That's chill. Hell yeah. Sandy says, I like to watch smart people and genuinely funny people in informal hangouts. Sick. Yeah, me too. But, you know, it's just like, I got to be in the right mood for it, I guess. And mostly it's like, when I do watch that kind of stuff, it's people that I actually know, which is kind of funny. I do know a lot of people that stream and make content and stuff. Timothy says, when will you be coming through Minnesota? I am planning to visit in November if I can find people that will run the library for a couple of weeks. And I am working on putting out the word. I do want volunteers. So if you're thinking you might want to camp out in Slabs for a few weeks or a few days or a few months over the winter time when it's cool, um, and you want to help out with an awesome establishment, you know, like I'm looking for people that want to camp out in exchange for helping out with the space. And you know, I don't want to leave like one person running it, especially during the height of the season. There's going to be a lot of people here. Ideally, I would have like a handful of people that would be here on deck and like, you know, talking to tourists and serving drinks and, you know, just holding down the fort in my absence so that no one person has to do all the work like I usually do. But yeah, I need to visit my family. I wanted to visit my family like over the summer, but that's not what panned out. I'll make a little cup of coffee. 1 second. Make a cup of coffee and pack a bong, and we'll hang out. If anybody wants to get down with the kick down, there are links in the description. My mods are also slinging links. They've posted them in the chat a few times, but you know, the more people donate during my streams, the more I'm going to want to keep streaming. Especially, like, if you like these hangout streams, if that's where the money is at, then I'll keep doing it. It's not like that's not the reason why I'm doing, you know, why I'm doing live streams. Like, I just want to put out content, like, helpful content in the case of doing topics, and, like, the hangout streams, just to touch base with my supporters. Because, you know, a lot of you have been around for a long time, and you know, I genuinely do care about you. Not like in a woo-woo, fucking fake bullshit YouTube type way, but like I do care about you, and I you know, I want to check in. So whether people did donate or not, I would still do periodic streams like this. But if you wanted it to be more regular, you know, kicking down gives me a lot more incentive to do it. And if that's what people preferred, you know, that I do, like, you got to vote with your dollar. Like, I only can stream so much, you know, but if everybody is like, hell yeah, we want more of this type of stream, or hell yeah, we want more of this type of stream, you know, that's I'll follow the tips, you know what I mean? Let's see. What are your rules for people visiting your library? Don't be a dick. It's like pretty simple. It's like, yeah, it's a library. I don't know. If you know how to act in a regular library, then you'll be fine. Yeah, just don't be a dick. It's not that complicated. The day that I have to write out like a fucking numbered rules list for people to come into the library is like the day that I lose faith in humanity, honestly. Like, you know, it's not like I have much faith in humanity anyway. I'm kind of neutral on the whole thing, but, you know. Where's my coffee? Here it is. All right. We're going to do a fucking cup of coffee and a bong. That's the way. And then by the time I decide to end the stream, I'll be ready to play Zelda like nobody's ever played Zelda before. It'll be fucking crossfaded as shit. It's like a speedball, but for recovered alcoholics. Cup of coffee and a fucking bong, baby. Let's fucking go. Whoa, holy shit, dude. Look, I set my fucking... This is ice. It's not like a ton of ice, but holy fuck. I set my cooler to like 22 degrees or something. This cooler, I could totally use it as a deep freezer. This fucking shit goes down... Let's see how low... I think it goes down to like fucking like negative degrees, I think. Yeah, I can set it to -4. That's nuts, dude. It's a fucking deep freezer. obviously, the colder it is, the more power it sucks up. During the day, without a power, I set it to like 22 to 24, whatever, and get everything nice and cold in there. And then once nightfall comes around and I can't run the cooler as much, like that residual cold will help it stay cold through the night. So it uses basically no power through the night. And I'll just like turn it up to like 38, 40 degrees. Yeah, but man, and it only uses like 100 watts or so while it's running through the day, and that's if I'm like blasting it. Anyway, I fucking love that thing. Shout out to Eli, DIY Eli on Instagram. She's fucking phenomenal. Definitely a content creator that I look up to for sure. I don't know if she's older than me or younger. Maybe, probably younger than me actually, but very, very skilled, very kind, and like definitely somebody that like really embodies their own ethics system. A Jack out of the box says, "This is the only live stream I watch, not like anything else out there. I like that you are so real. No BS. I've been watching for years." Hey, thanks, Jack out of the box. I appreciate you saying that. That's really sweet of you. And you saying that you've been watching for years, and I don't know if you've ever commented before, but that's really special. Thank you. Zoe's Arc says, "I mostly watch vlogs about people living off grid or traveling in their trailers, or I like stories about strange happenings like hikers disappearing or people who survived after got lost." Okay, I got you. So you're interested more in like the off-grid content for like the intrigue and interest and like stories and stuff like that. I get you. Nothing wrong with that. Man, look at this. This is ice in here, man. I haven't run it that cold during the day yet. And this water, like when I put water in a jug in the morning, the water's already hot. My water filtration system is outside, so when I put it in here, outside is over 110 degrees. So the water in the jug is over 110 degrees. That's hot. So what I'll usually do is like I'll get it early in the morning when it's only like 90 degrees, and then I'll bring it in here and let it cool off with my trailer as I'm running the AC, and then I'll put it in the cooler, and you know, so that way, because if you put a 110 degree jug of water in your cooler, it's gonna make your whole cooler hot. Like the cooler will make it cooler, you know, but at the expense of, you know, working overtime to get everything else cool. So it's gonna heat up your fridge before it cools off. So I don't put it in there when it's hot. Man, look at this. This is fucking solid ice here. That's fucking phenomenal. So it does take like a day to get it down to temperature, but you know, water has a lot of thermal energy to it. So once you get it down to that temperature, it helps the fridge or the cooler to hold that temperature as well, especially through the night, when I don't want to be running the cooler and run down my power system. But you know, if I took the extra time and effort to do it, I could freeze a jug and keep that frozen ice block in there already to like keep the temperature at a constant, and that would actually save a lot of oh my fucking god, that would save a lot of power. But you know, it's not a huge cooler. It only fits so much in there, and I want to be able to drink cold water. Dude, what the fuck is happening here? Just keeps popping open. Okay, there we go. Holy shit, that was annoying. All right. That is the second person in this chat who's asked me if I've met Sophie. I don't know who that is. Obviously, they're a content creator or something. Yeah, I don't know. I don't know who that is. Sandy says, I just unpacked my son's original Nintendo a month ago and the old Game Boy. Hell yeah. Those are great. I got sent some Xbox 360 controllers. Oh yeah. Y'all want to see my $300 chair that I only paid $10 for? Look at this. This is a fucking designer chair here. Actually, I'm gonna fold this down. And I put this blanket here because like somebody paid fucking $300 for this because it's like brand new. It's cool. And I thought it would be cool because like these bungees, like, you know, because it's hot here and I'm constantly sweating. Like anything that's touching you, you're gonna sweat all over. So I was like, yo, this is great because then my sweat isn't just like being held, you know. And then I got the open air. It's great. But then I like sat on it for a while and I understood why the person who bought it got rid of it. Because, you know, if you've ever sat on like stuff like this, you know that you're gonna get lines across your ass and it's gonna like be really uncomfortable after a while. So that's why I got this blanket down. But that's literally all it took, is just putting a fucking blanket down, and now it's cozy as hell. And it like forms to my butt. It's like, you know, it's stretchy and nice. Anyway, this fucking $300 designer chair I got for $10. Is that like a Yeti chair or something? No, it's fuck, I forgot the brand of it. It's like a, yeah, I can't remember. All right, I'm gonna pack a bolski here. Let's do it. All right. Are there other people in Slab City that you folks follow that are, you know, who's making Slab City content right now? Tell me about your favorite people, because like genuinely the way that Slab City looks when you live here in person versus what people see on the internet is like so vastly different. Like if you came here thinking that the people that you see talking about Slab City on the internet were gonna be like, you know, if you thought like the social dynamic was like what you see online, you know, and you're like, oh, these are the people that I watch about Slab City all the time, they must be really involved in the community and like everybody knows who they are. Not the case. I'm one of those people that's like, who I am online is the same person that I am in person. And I'm not saying like other content creators are like fake or anything, but like I do have a lot to do with the community. I'm very involved, but that's a big part of my personal ethics code as an anarchist, is just being involved with the community and building community. Yeah. It's 4:20 over here. Oh shit. Let's fucking go. All right. It's 4:20 somewhere, I guess. Got bong water on my face. Gross. Oh shit, my fucking phone is dying, dude. That sucks. Let's see. Let's see if I can fix this quick. The heat makes phones not hold a charge as well sometimes. Let's see if that. Okay, now we're charging. And it looks like somebody else got down with a kick on. Oh, that was the same one from Angela. Thank you. Let's see. Freddie says, I haven't followed any Slab content because it's a lot of people interviewing tweakers, it seems. You're one of the actual sources of Slab info I trust. Yeah, unfortunately, that's the case. And that is like the main reason, and I've talked about this a lot, but that's like the main reason why I started making Slab City content. I'm going to put this here so that I can actually hold it in my face. There we go. That's like the main reason why, because outsiders will come out here and just like I ranted about on my other live stream, my last live stream, where like people will come out here and they'll just like find the first person they see, and to their outsider perspective, like it's the craziest character they've ever seen in their life. That's why so many people ask me about people that I don't even necessarily think of as like interesting or like people of note out here, because Slab City is a place full of zany characters. There's not a single person out here that isn't interesting. Like, and that doesn't mean that they're a good person. Like, you can be very interesting and very intriguing and also be a shitty person. And people don't think that. They just come out here and they're like, wow, look at that interesting looking guy. That must be like the official town shaman or some shit. Like, you know, like they'll just like make some shit up to believe, and it's very weird. And then they just give like an unnecessary and dangerous amount of power to just any old Tom, Dick, and Harry. And the kind of people who are going to be out and about wandering around slabs looking for somebody to give an interview to, like, are typically not going to be the kind of people that are involved in the community out here, because people like me or people at other like community establishments don't have the time to be wandering around like looking for people to tell stories to, you know, like that's just not how it works. I mean, you know, just so and it's very irresponsible. They are doing it. They can't genuinely not know how irresponsible that is, like, as a journalist, right? Like, they've got to know. They've got to know what they're doing. I'm gonna fix my hair because I got this weird cowlick that's kind of pissing me off, making me because like I said, I took a shower earlier, and if I don't dry my hair just right, then it gets all like feathery and just kind of does some stupid shit. But anyway, like, what kind of person like that? I don't know. It seems extremely disrespectful. Like, to me, to go into a place like Slab City, like a place that you've never been, that's really unique. Like, say I went to a different country, to like a town that I'm fascinated by, and what I would do is I would like try to find people to make contact with first that could kind of give me a lowdown, or maybe like act as a local guide or something. Or, you know, I would reach out to people that I can see are like running like establishments, or running like doing charity work or something like that, and, you know, reach out to somebody like that. Like, so when people don't do that, God, that's annoying. It's like not doing what I wanted to do. What that looks like to me is that that person doesn't see this community as a valid community. Like, if a person just goes into a place, like, and just interviews the first person they see, they aren't considering the fact that there might actually be like a community infrastructure with community leaders, and, you know, like roles for people, and like actual recognized like jobs and roles within the community. You're just going in and you just really think that Like nothing matters here. You're just gonna go into a town knowing nothing, and you're just gonna flag down the first person you see, which is gonna be probably some tweaker wandering around because everybody else is like doing chores and shit. And you're gonna just like platform them with absolutely no frame of reference for who they are, what their credentials are, what they do in this town, how long they've been here, you know, like, and it's, you know, it's like they're it's like they think they're soft white underbelly or something. Like they in their mind they're going into an impoverished like homeless encampment, and they're granting these poor souls like some time in front of a camera, and like, you know, for what? You don't even offer them anything. Sometimes they'll come out and like give people really condescending shit. Like they'll be like, "Oh, I'll give you a beer if you do an interview with me." Like that is so goddamn disrespectful. And the kind of people that are going to take that are not the kind of people who represent Slab City. Like, you know, anybody can say anything to a camera. Just because some interviewer got it, you know, on camera doesn't mean that like that person speaks for Slab City. And that's the biggest reason why I started making my videos, because I wanted to show people what Slabs really was like from an inside perspective. But there's a lot of that content out there. It's kind of like in the same vein as like soft white underbelly, like that like trauma porn bullshit where they're like, this is the saddest addict you've ever seen in your life, and she's trans, and we're gonna disrespect her pronouns the entire video, and we gave her $5 even though we know she's gonna use it on Fent, and you know, don't donate to her because she'll just splurge it all on Fent. Like, you know, they think they're gonna come in here and do that. And if I had a fucking dollar for every time somebody offered me a beer to take an interview, like I would have a few $1,000s. Not literally. I would have at least $100. You know, like literally. Actually, like it's very condescending. Yeah. So that's what most of the content about Slabs is. So that's why I asked if any of you know about good Slab channels that's posting stuff. Because apparently Kaz stopped posting. I guess his channel's down. That's shocking. I had no idea. Yeah, interesting. And you know, anybody could come out here and make Slab content. It goes well. All you have to do is come out here and actually experience it and not talk out of your ass. Like if you're a content creator and you come out here, I will personally fucking, you know, I'll do an interview with you. I'll fucking promote your channel and stuff. But, you know, you just have to be like a real one, not like what Mr. Beast fucking did out here, or like, you know, Vice and shit. And I'm gonna be doing a tourism follow-up stream at some point, because like, you know, I barely scratched the surface of the, you know, that whole topic on people coming to see Slabs and visiting, and like, you know, how to not be a dick and what, you know, but I barely scratched the surface. And another thing that a lot of people will ask is like, what is there to do in Slabs? And that's one thing that I definitely could rant on for a good while. Like filming animals at the zoo. Yeah, for real. It's the ones that ride through in their 50K cars, riding through real slow, acting like it's a human zoo. Yeah. Yeah, a lot of you are saying, you know, National Geographic, human zoo, etc. Yes, absolutely, that does happen. Actually, it's really funny because, like, every so often there'll be a line, like a caravan of ATVs, like dune buggy type vehicles, and they're huge, and you know, I don't know if they're rentals or what, but they'll have like big ass flags, and they're like 10 deep, you know, and they got fucking guns, like they're just guns everywhere, fucking giant flags, 10 deep on these fucking expensive ass ATVs, like like they literally think they're on a safari. They're all like they got helmets on and like their little mics and their little helmets, and like they'll do a drive by and they'll like film with their phone the front of the library, and like sometimes they'll even come around the backside and take a video of the whole backside. Don't wave. They don't stop or like even consider. Sometimes they will. It's really rare. More often they will just roll by, and slightly less often they'll pause like in the parking lot area. They won't like park in like a proper parking spot. They'll just like hover in like a random ass spot, and just like idle for a bit, and then they'll like be talking to each other like, oh, do you want to go in? Oh, is it, I don't know, it looks kind of dumb anyway, I don't really want to go anyway, you know, like they're whatever they're fucking talking about, making up excuses for why they don't want to go in because they're scared. And then they'll kind of just keep rolling. But yeah, that's pretty common. Very annoying. They just they really think they're on a fucking safari, dude. Kyle says, I'm assuming most people in slabs are unemployed and don't have an income. Yeah, you sure are assuming, man. That's you know what they say about assuming. They make an ass out of you or whatever. But yeah. Yeah, I can't stand fucking people that make assumptions like that. Especially when it's like classist assumptions. This message held for review. What does that say? Like ISIS with their AKs. Yeah, basically they're like fucking white Christian ISIS. Totally. Totally. Super weird. I mean, I get why you would want like a dune buggy out here, for like the dunes and being out in the sand. That'd be sick. Um, Hell yeah. But that's not what they're doing. I don't know. Yeah. I'm Next time I should like look up like if they got a number on the side of the vehicles or not. Like some of them I'm sure they do own them, but sometimes I wonder if they're like renting them. But like yeah, like on all the roads they're taking when they come out here, those are roads that you can drive a car on. So I don't know why they got ATVs. Are you saying most slabbers have a stable 9 to 5 job? That is also an assumption. I cannot stand when people fucking argue straw man shit. Like that's so annoying to me. Especially when like they're coming from a place of like their assumptions are more revealing about them and their life and what they like take for granted in their small world. It's it really revealing about people when they make assumptions, because like there's a most folks anyway. I What's that term, shit, it's like when somebody is like in so many layers of assumptions that in order, or like also disinformation or whatever, that like in order to even come close to answering the question you have to like set a basis to like build off of to reach that point, because they're like so deep in these like, you know, assumptions about how other people live, and or whatever that, yeah. If Anyway, I'm struggling to not go on a rant. Kyle says you're getting mad, but it's true. What are you going to do around slabs? Odd jobs, help a friend out for a $20 bill. You want to be vague and act like money grows on trees. No, see, that's more of your assumptions, showing how ignorant you are. Um, yeah, I don't know if you realize this, but like most people don't use money the way that um, middle and like upper middle class Americans do. Like the way that people in what you think is normal society, like, is actually really not normal at all. Um, so that's why I'm like struggling to, because in order to answer like your questions and comments, like you're working off of like so deep of assumptions and just like incorrect information because of American propaganda, that I actually just can't get, like I can't get you up to the level that I'm at without building a house for, essentially, because you're operating off of like less than nothing. um Freddie says nobody's ever heard of digital nomads before. See, that's what I'm saying too. Like that's like just one of a long list of comments that I have for that type of questioning. And honestly, I feel like really sad for those types of people that think that, like, anyway, fucking. So I'm assuming that slabbers don't work. Oh, so you're saying that they do have a 9 to 5? Like, that is, you, brother, you are not living in like the real world. Maybe other folks in chat can explain a little bit more, but I know most of y'all that follow my stuff are not like that. Like, I don't know many people. I don't know if I do know anybody like that. Like, how common? I don't know. Yeah, shit. Like, I know that there's yuppies, and I know that people have 9 to 5 jobs. Like, I lived in LA for 2 years. I get it. And then LA is like totally like very, very in that capitalist system. Like, LA is yuppie land. Um, so I'm not like ignorant, but like I think that most people, the way that they think of like how, like, people in LA think that the way that they live is that the way, like, the way that everybody lives, and it's really not. And even people in LA don't live the way that they think is the normal way for people to live. You know what I mean? Like, it's like there's the fantasy of like a certain standard of living, and everybody is like actually down here, but they still think that everybody else is up here. Do you get what I'm saying? Like, does that make sense? Like, it's a farce, perpetuated by um, our pedophile pig government. They, and this is why I didn't want to go down. Like, we live in like, it's a fantasy. It's not a real. That's not a real thing. Like, people live a completely different way for the rest of the world, and it's fine. It's not bad. Like, the way that I live here in Slab City is kind of similar to how people around the world live in like second world countries. Anyway. Let's see. Why be a jerk? Just quit rage baiting it. Go Bjorn. Just be chill, guys. I'm sorry. Gilm says societal denier here. Blank slate that shit. Commission pays just as well, if not more, than wage slavery gig. Yeah, I feel like that like made up concept of like the normal 9 to 5 and like, fucking upper middle class, like, was completely destroyed. Like, there was still like an illusion of that when I was a child, but my parents were experiencing firsthand that was not sustainable. It was a farce. Like for me as like a young child, that's what I grew up seeing, like the illusion of like the boomers 1950s, like America is doing really well, where like the 90s where we had this like false. Anyway, I'm like super ranting now. I should do like a fucking philosophy, like a social philosophy stream series. Raise your hand if you would watch me talk about philosophy and society while smoking bongs. Also, we're at an hour and 45 minutes. Holy shit. Yeah, raise your hand if you'd watch me do that. I guess you are now. Ugh. And also, if anybody wants to get down with Kickdown, I think now, where's my tablet? I think now maybe I would be able to check and see. I'm gonna, dude. Oh, here it is. It's literally right in front of my face. I am gonna see if anybody did get down with the Kickdown, so I can shout them out. Yeah, hell yeah. Yeah, I like doing kicking it live streams. Professor Bong. Raising hand, hell yeah. Awesome. Kyle B, Dory, Gilm, Shrimp in the Sky Freddy, Peaceful. Fuck yeah. Anybody else? Let's also, if you haven't hit the like button, hit the fucking like button. If you haven't subscribed, subscribe. Follow, like, subscribe, whatever. Watch my other videos though. Like I don't know. If you're into live streaming, I guess, like, go ahead and share my live streams. But I do have edited videos that I am a lot more proud of. In fact, I'm honestly on a bit of a artist block with this one that I've had to set aside for a long time, like multiple times now, and I started putting it together like almost 2 years ago. But literally, I just have like one, maybe two scenes left, and then it's done. I'm gonna comb over it and like trim it up and stuff, but it's almost done. I'm not bullshitting. I know it's been a long time for people that have been watching me for a while, but it's gonna be good. I'm happy with it, and I'm gonna do it again with my Alaska series next, I think. And that one won't take 2 fucking years because now I have my own desk and nobody's gonna kick me out of here. Yeah, and I can work here and do my stuff. It's not gonna be hot too much longer. But while it is, the reason that I'm pushing so much for kickdowns, and why I appreciate it so much, is because if I can keep running the Jenny, keeping myself cool in here, then that, like, I can work on that type of stuff. Stuff that this is the best time for me to be working on stuff on my computer. Because it's hot and miserable, and there's really nothing else that I can do. I could be out sweating in it, like I did for 7 summers before this, my 8th summer. I absolutely could be doing that, but when you're doing that, that is a full-time job. When you're surviving 110 plus degrees, that is all that you can do. You are like, I honestly do like just Zen meditation, you know. It's crazy. It's crazy. It is not fun, but you have to like devote every fucking fiber of your being to not dying, and it's day after day after day. So I've done that. I don't have shit to prove to anybody. I'm cheating this summer. I'm fucking cheating. This sucks, or this rocks. That sucks. This rocks. Okay, I'm fucking cheating. I'm just gonna hit fucking skip on all of that, and keep running the generator and being here. And Satan loves it. Actually, I gotta get Satan a treat here. Can't believe I've been talking for an hour and 50 minutes and I haven't gotten Satan a treat. That's not cool. I'm also gonna give Tom Waits. Oh, she's sleepy. I'm gonna show you how cute it is to give a treat to Tom Waits too. Oh, here goes Satan. Do you want this? Oh, here, hold on. And we also have Freya in here today. There you go, Satan. Oops. Hey, Freya. Get a snack. Yeah. Num 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 num. Now I'm gonna wake Tom Waits. I love waking her up with a little snack in her face. Yeah. Little snack cats. They're so cute. Yeah. Good girl, kitten. She's so special. Yeah. And this cat is so snuggly, dude. She's like probably the snuggliest cat I've ever met. She just loves just getting all the weird pets. Pet, 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 pet. And she'll let me hold her all goofy. She's just so funny. And she loves belly rubs. I've never known a cat that is like cool with belly rubs like this. Yeah, yeah. It's crazy. Like most cats flip the fuck out when you try to even touch their bellies a little bit. But like sometimes she really lets me get in there. You know, I'll be like giving her like big dog level scratches and scritches, huh, baby? And like noogies and shit. She's just so funny. You're so funny. Yeah. Yeah. Tom Waits is kind of like that. She's less tolerant of certain snuggles, but she does love snuggles more than any other cat. And she lets me hold her little paw sometimes. Yeah, baby. Oh, sweetie. You smell the snack on there, so I'll give you some cheese in a little bit too. Yeah, I'll give you some cheese. You're so cute. Yeah. She loves that spot. She also loves this spot. And Freya loves that spot too. Hey, baby. Hey, sweetie. Alright. Alright, let's see. How hot is it inside where you're at right now? It's 84 degrees. Wait, oh, I don't have my mic in my face. Hold on. Sorry. It's 84 degrees in here. Let's see. Oh, it's backwards. I hate that. I wish that there was a way to like set it so that. Anyway, whatever. But yeah, 84.7 degrees, 29% humidity in here. Outside earlier. You know what? Let's run back out and go check. Also, get down with the kickdown, folks. I would really, really appreciate to be able to run the generator and keep Satan especially cool. Like she's unfortunately really she's unfortunately really struggling. Like in the morning before I turn on the generator, she's just like panting and just like, you know, she's not being a whiner or anything. It's just like it fucking breaks my heart. She doesn't deserve to have to struggle. She's, you know, she's already lost the use of her back legs mostly. She can still like take a shit by herself. I don't know how much longer that'll be though. There have been a couple of times where she did fall back into her poop and I had to like spray her little butthole off with my sprayer. She does not like that at all. She hates that. So sometimes she'll like, I'll check, you know, make sure she didn't get any poop on her. And she'll like look at me all like offended, like motherfucker, I'm good. Like I can handle it. You know, she gets kind of an attitude with me. A, because she does not want me to spray her butt with the doggy bidet. That's my pro tip, though. If you have a pet that you have that problem with, get one of those pump sprayers. Like for like weed killer, or like it's just like a spray, you know, a mister spray pump thing. I use it for all sorts of things. I use it to shower. Actually, that's what I used earlier today. Um, and you can get the small ones. It's got good water pressure. Anyway, I'm gonna take y'all around to check the temperature right now. I did earlier, and my phone is dying. But if you can, get down with the kickdown. Maybe one of my mods. Are any of my mods still in chat? There's links in the description. You can find those. And if one of my mods is in chat and can post those links, I would love that. Let's see. Now, what does that say? I think that's 114. Let's do a quick look under the tree. See what the temperature is there. Oh yeah, I gotta keep these babies cool real quick. It's 111. 111. Okay, I'm gonna flip this. I'm gonna do this really, really quick because my phone is gonna overheat and die, and also the battery may also just run out. This is actually, my pump sprayer should be out here right now, but I just used it to take a shower, so it's in my trailer. Because that's what I would use to wet the sheet. Oops, shit. This is the Kitty Cool Cube here. I've showed this a billion times, but the sheet gets wet, and I would spray that or dunk it, but I usually spray it because I don't want to disturb the kitties under there. And then soak this also, and it gets really nice and cool in there. They prefer it to the trailer, actually. And these kitties are semi-feral. They don't want to be inside of anything. But I just dunked that in there. It'll work fine. I'll come back out and spray it later. But that blanket holds a lot of water, so it'll soak into the sheet. It'll be fine. Honestly, I wouldn't mind another water pump sprayer thing. I have an electric one in my bathroom that I can show you, actually. I don't know if you guys could hear that because I had the mic not by my face. But anyway, and also I was walking by the generator, which is loud as fuck. Hold on. I gotta clip this shut. There we go. Yes, my door is blankets. And then this is the electric pump sprayer that I have in my bathroom. So I got water pressure. I didn't have to rebuild. And I can take that wherever and use it for all sorts of stuff. And then this is the hand pump one that's not electric, and I used that as a shower earlier today, and it worked great. That holds 2 gallons, and I can take a shower and feel like perfectly clean. Whoa, I thought I was really taking a long shower. I kind of just like sat in the water for a little bit. That's crazy. Okay, so that's my pro tip. Something like this. You can use it for all sorts of stuff. Oh yeah, and what I was getting at, that's kind of what got me off on the tangent, was talking about spraying my dog's anus off when she gets poop on it. But they work for that. So you don't have to wipe a dog's ass. Because I'm not about to be wiping dog ass. And in a pinch, what I've done, I took a dog shit bag, a fresh one obviously, and went to the drinking fountain and filled it up with water, and then bit like a small hole in the bottom of the bag and like twisted it shut and squeezed it out. And that's a little pro tip. You can use that as a doggy or a human bidet situation in a pinch. All you need is, a plastic bag that'll hold water and some water. You can, I've done that a couple of times while like out on hikes when I had to take an unexpected shit and didn't have anything to, Anyway, pro tips. Water pressure is so important. I think people don't understand how important that is and how useful that is. Let's see. Wow, there's a lot of comments going on in chat. That's awesome. I don't know if I'm going to be able to read all those, but hold on a sec. Actually, yeah, I don't think I'm going to be able to read all those. My phone could die any second now too. So I'm going to take a look and see if anybody has got down with the kickdown so I can shout them out. I'm holding my fork mic like this. That's okay. Let's see. Oh my god. Where'd my coffee go? There we go. Oh, sick. Okay. We got S was that was way earlier. Thank you so much though. That was like way earlier. Oh shit, I think I heard a fucking door closing out front. There might be another tourist. Shit. Alright, well, I can't load the fucking whatever. Satan says thank you. I will send a thank you note or a reaction if you did donate. Join the Discord server. There's links in the description. So if you want to find anything, you can find it there. Also, I don't know, hit the like button, subscribe if you haven't already, and check out some of my other content because there's a lot of different stuff on my channel. Yeah. All right, I'll see y'all later. Take it easy.